Good morning, USA.
Yo 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 yo.
Good morning, Angela Yee.
Hey, good morning, DJ MV.
Charlamagne the God.
Peace to the planet. It's Friday.
Yes, it's Friday, and y'all done pissed Eminem off, boy.
And y'all should thank us for pissing Eminem off.
Oh my goodness, he's back sounding like him. That boy is spitting.
No, say that again. What'd you say?
He's back sounding like him.
Oh, okay. I don't know why artists got to get told that their music is whack in order for them to respond with good music, but yes, Kamikaze album is dope from what I've heard so far.
I see he has Joyner Lucas on a couple of songs on the album. That's dope.
He's on one. Unless I
Two.
He's on the joint.
Oh, I thought it was.
I think he's on one.
Oh, okay. You know what it was? I'm looking at Apple, and I did it by song. So
no, he's only on one.
Yeah, he's only on one record. I think Joyner Lucas is on it. Royce the 5'9" is on it. Some guy named Nick Reeves. I never heard of Nick Reeves. I think that's his name.
Jesse Reyes.
Jesse Reyes. Something
Jesse
like that.
Reyes.
All I know is drop one of Clues Bombs for Eminem. Okay. Yo, man, I'm not a hater.
He threw some shots at you. He threw some shots at Joe Budden. He threw some shots at Lil Yachty. He threw some shots at Drake.
He said Charlamagne's name.
Just sure did. Told him he gave him Donkey today.
Said my name a couple times.
Oh, yeah, he did. Sure did.
You know we got the clip. You know what's so crazy about this whole situation?
What?
Excited?
I don't even remember what I said about his BET cipher.
You definitely said it was trash. You said my song was way better.
My song was better.
You said that.
And you said that he was using, I think,
Donald Trump and the situation to have a better verse.
I'm sure I said all of that. I just don't remember exactly what I said. I do remember saying my song was better, though.
You said it was mediocre, and we did a little. We opened up the phone lines, and you said it was mediocre.
And I said I thought it was good that he was speaking out against causes, and you thought it was not genuine, and he was using it.
I don't like woke Eminem. I like this Eminem that's on this album right here.
Okay. Oh, y'all pissed him off. I love this Eminem.
This Slim Shady Eminem right here that's talking about his own personal issues and things that's going on with D12 and media people that are bothering him and hurting his feelings. I like that Eminem. That woke Eminem, I don't like woke Eminem.
Well, him and Joe Budden's gonna have 5 minutes with each other when they see each other.
I didn't like the Joe Budden bar. I'm gonna be honest with you.
What'd he say?
I'm not even repeating it. I didn't like the Joe Budden bar. I don't think that should be rehashed in 2018.
Man, hey,
it's very dangerous.
Everything goes when you're a rapper now.
That is true. That is true. But, I mean, Jesus Christ. Emma's rapped about some crazy stuff in his day, too. Killing his mom, killing his baby mom. You know, he's talked about some wild abuse to women as well.
And Emma's taking it all. He continues to he continues to take it all. Mm-hmm. So when somebody goes at him, he just opens up the floodgates.
Listen, I'm not mad. It's hip hop.
And I heard him when he said he told Paul Rosenberg just wanted him to chill.
Yeah. F that chilling.
I was like, listen.
And today is Joe Budden born day too. Happy born day to Joe Budden. Drop
what a present.
Joe Budden.
He got some bars on his birthday.
Everybody academic got bars. Why he came at Lil Yachty though? Like I don't like.
He said that it was no offense to Lil Yachty. It's just not his thing.
Yeah, because we 40 plus, M.
Right.
Well, I'm 40. M got to be what 44. Like
he was just saying that he's just not into that. And he did say that it wasn't anything against him personally. It's just his opinion.
I like what I've heard, though. I like Kamikaze.
Yes, that boy, he's back to spitting. I like that.
He gave Lord Jamal bars.
He definitely gave Lord Jamal bars. But Lord Jamal's been very vocal about M, I believe.
Yeah, listen, I love Lord Jamal. Okay, I was listening to Brand Nubian literally yesterday at a photo shoot. Like I don't
think we talking about that part. I think we talking about more the interview
the media,
Lord Jamal, right?
Yes.
Right.
I like the album. I just don't understand why we got to tell people their music is whack in order for them to respond with something great. Because the truth of the matter is, Revival was whack, but Kamikaze's dope. That's the way life is. Two things can be true.
Well, you haven't even heard the whole album yet.
I have heard the whole album.
It just came out. I thought you said you haven't.
I had 2 hours this morning.
Oh, earlier you said you didn't hear the whole thing yet.
I didn't say that. I heard the whole album.
Yeah, I like that album. All right, well, let's get the show cracking. We have a young woman by the name of Miss Pat joining us this morning.
First of all,
she's a comedian.
I read her book when I was in Montserrat, and I posted it when I was on vacation because it was an incredible book.
Her book is called called Rabbit.
Yeah, Rabbit.
But
Rabbit is special. How'd you get special out of Rabbit?
Because I was about to say Miss Pat is special. All right, and I mean that in the best possible way. Like she has an amazing, incredible story. She's got a TV show in the works with Lee Daniels. She's got her book out, Rabbit, and I think that she's somebody that y'all need to get to know. And if you don't know her after today, you will. Well, if you don't know her now, after the day, you will.
I didn't know that much about her. I randomly read her book because I love reading autobiographies, and she's a comedian. So I was like, okay, this looks interesting.
Incredible story.
So we'll kick it with Miss Pat. And also, Mac Wilds will be joining us this morning, all right? So let's get the show cracking. Front page news, what are we talking about?
Well, let's talk about a GoFundMe account that this couple started for a homeless man, but they kind of kept a lot of the money.
Okay, let's get into all that when we come back. Keep it locked. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. What are we talking about, Easy?
Let's talk about 7 people who were killed in a bus and a truck crash. That was when a Greyhound bus that was packed. They said 49 people were on the bus and crashed with the tractor trailer head on.
Yikes.
So they said so far 7 people have been killed. They do expect that number to rise. They said what happened was the semi-truck was traveling and it blew a tire. The driver lost control of the vehicle. It crossed the median and struck the bus. That was on the other side of the divider.
Well, prayers up for all those souls.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they said pretty much everybody ended up having to go to the hospital with different degrees of injuries. All right, now, Johnny Bobbitt Jr. is a homeless man. And if you guys remember the story last year in October, he had only $20 on him, and he gave it to a woman, Kate McClure, for gas. The woman and her boyfriend actually needed to get some gas. They were stranded. He gave us $20, even though he was a homeless man. And since then, Katie McClure has raised, and her husband and her boyfriend have raised over $400,000 on a GoFundMe account to help him out, because the whole story went viral. Now, what happens is a little shaky next. What Johnny Bobbitt Jr. is saying is that he didn't get to see that money. The amount of money that he got was about $75,000 of the $400,000 that was raised. But according to Kate McClure and her boyfriend Mark D'Amico, they're saying that they did actually give more than $200,000, and that some of that money had to go to GoFundMe fees. Plus, they said they were giving him money and he was blowing it on drugs. They said he blew through $25,000 cash in under 2 weeks. So they said they spent half the funds on housing and other expenses for Bobbitt. Right now, the judge has ordered for McClure and D'Amico to provide a full accounting of the money that they have raised. And they have frozen those accounts right now because the money is just in their personal account. Imagine that you set a GoFundMe for somebody and then they don't end up really getting most of the money.
That's why I don't do GoFundMes for nobody.
But
I don't even like GoFundMe links. I look at GoFundMe links and I say to myself, go F yourself.
If he really was blowing the money on drugs and all of those things, do you think they should have withheld it from him?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
How did they know he was going to blow it on drugs? Did they know?
They didn't know he was going to, but they said that he blew through $25,000.
They knew he had a drug habit, though, right?
I'm not sure how much they knew about him.
That's just like when you driving down the street and you give like a homeless person some money. I always tell them go do the right thing with that money. You know what I mean?
Initially they only tried to raise $10,000. That was the goal. But once the story went viral, they raised over $400,000. So I guess they didn't anticipate all that happening.
Well, that's why you got to be very cautious of these stories that go viral. You get these links and you get these requests for money nowadays, and everybody got these sad sob stories. You can't fool me with that no more. Okay?
Yeah, like we have evidence to show you that I'm going through these things and I need some money.
That's what I got to see. I'm sorry.
Even that.
Word up. If you tell me your house burned down, I need to see pictures of the house with you sitting in the middle of the rubble.
That could be someone else's house.
That is true, too.
That is true.
See, now, well, sorry for all you people whose houses burned down. Don't send me no GoFundMe links. I'm going to say go ahead yourself.
All right. Well, that's front page news. Now, when we come back, Mac Wilds will be joining us. We'll kick it with Mac Wilds. He has a new flick that's coming out. What's the name of the flick? You remember?
Dinner for Two?
Dinner for Two. That's the name of it. So we'll kick it with Mac Wilds when we come back. Don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
And they call him this name for a reason.
Mac Wilds.
Oh, good gracious.
What?
Why do they call him Wild Yee?
What about Mac?
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. Well, why do they call him a Mac Wild Yee? Has he knocked up some of your friends? What do you want to tell us, Yee?
Wow. I wasn't even saying all that. I'm just saying he's a very smooth guy.
Oh, please. I'm just a man of very few words.
Every time I see Mac out and about, girls be like, can you hook me up with Mac Wilds? I'm like, listen, hook yourself up, okay? I don't.
Not in Dinner for Two. Dinner for Two, you wasn't a Mac at all.
Not at all. Completely.
And the funny thing about it, I told you this morning, I said, you want to know something funny? He was like, what? I think that's how I was growing up as a kid.
Right, you still kind of are very awkward.
Shut up.
Don't do that.
I was
what?
awkward.
He's the man right now.
Nah, he's awkward. That's being a man thing is a cover-up. His insecurities.
I was 5'2". I had glasses and braces, and I was awkward.
Yeah.
I couldn't get a girl, and when I talked to a girl, it was just uncomfortable.
Yes.
I felt your pain. That was really you as a kid, wasn't
Thanks.
it?
Absolutely. 200%.
I always believe that.
The acting was too good.
Swear. Definitely was had a very awkward upbringing, but being around like my older brother and all of them, I kind of just I guess that was my first lesson in acting. Like I was just acting like them, and it actually worked. So I was like, damn, this is how you get girls.
This is how you get girls.
So the only part of the movie I found that could be possibly like Mac Wiles in real life.
Oh, Jesus.
That's what part, Yee?
I mean, he slept with his girl's best friend.
Hey, listen. That's.
No, I don't even know that he's like
break
that.
down Dinner for Two. What is Dinner for Two?
Yeah, explain what this movie is.
You giving out tips and stuff. Oh, well, for everybody out there, Dinner for Two is this movie that I had the pleasure of not only starring in but also executive producing. That's basically about this man who's kind of come down on hard times ever since his wife leaves him. And as you go through the movie, you see that those hard times kind of built into a depression, which leads him to wanting to go home and cook his own last meal before he
Sheesh.
yeah, it's
you
crazy.
just messed up my whole thing. Like I didn't get that far, man.
It's kind of crazy. But as he's starting to cook his last meal, his ex-wife shows up at the door, and then the movie becomes about him trying to get back with her and I guess pretty much save his own life.
What are some tips you can give somebody for trying to get back with their ex?
Ooh, I would say it think because yes, you know, I think there has to be some type of thought process with that. It's tricky because sometimes you shouldn't be there in the first place. I don't know.
For you in real life, have you ever had a situation where you had to get back together with an ex and you went really hard?
I have. I have. I'm about to say I have.
Did it work?
What did you do?
One time it did.
You got back with mad exes. Okay.
It's probably the same person over and over.
No,
But what
it's
did you
just-
do like that when it worked?
I think it's just kind of getting back to basics, understanding who the person is and why you guys liked each other in the first place. That's the biggest thing.
What made you want to go back?
I think a lot of times it would be history, instead of actually processing what went down and understanding people's colors. You fall in love with the history, with the nostalgia of it all.
Have you ever had a broken heart?
Of course, absolutely.
And been
I'm
like
an R&B
depressed?
singer. What do you mean?
Yeah, I gotta tap into that. Broken heart sometimes is like a physical pain that you feel.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like it like your body hurts, like your everything hurts from a broken heart. You know, that it is not pretty.
Was it your fault?
Of course.
All right, relax. There were times that it's my fault that my own heart gets broken, and there are times that it's definitely not my fault. So,
all right, we have more with Mac Wiles when we come back. Don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
It's Mac Wiles owning a little throwback. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. Mac Wiles is in the building. He has a new flick, Dinner for Two, that's out this weekend, and he's in the building. Yee?
Watching it, you did seem really broken and depressed. So I'm wondering, as an actor, what are you tapping into?
I tapped into a lot of things. You know, I had a lot of conversations with people who have been depressed. You know, I've been depressed before. Just dealing with understanding what that emotion of not just a broken heart, but like full-on depression feels like. You know, it's a whole different beast that you're carrying, and something that weighs you down every single day.
Now, you said depressed. What made you depressed?
You know, I think different things, family problems. There could be problems in the career. There could be problems in relationships. All of that stuff kind of lead to depression. It's the craziest thing is that it's never one thing. It's like a multitude of so many different things that kind of get built up, and you just never take care of one thing, so everything just kind of builds on each other.
Now, how bad was the depression? Did you ever think about killing yourself like the movie?
Oh my God.
Personally, I haven't gotten to that place yet.
Thank
Don't
God.
say
Thank
yet.
goodness.
Hopefully it never happens.
Hopefully
And you know
it
what's
never
important? Having people you could talk to, because you do have your friends that.
Yes.
I don't know how, if you
Yes.
guys, because I feel like sometimes it's hard for guys to open up to each other and be like really honest.
It is, but I'm the emotional guy in our group, so I'm the one who I'll tell, even though they want to be niggas and be on some like, nah, bro, we men. I'm like, nah, nigga, I feel, bro. I feel shit, bro.
So you the one that's gonna cry fast.
Oh yeah, 200%.
You called me crying a couple times.
I did.
It happens. Hey, it happens.
Cried.
You a real nigga.
No, he went through a depression too, where he actually did try to commit suicide.
I did.
And we've talked about it, and he's been very open about it.
That's real.
In the movie, you knocked off your best friend's girl.
Yo, yeah.
Your girl's best friend.
Has that ever happened to you in real life?
Nah.
They were just cool with each other. They know.
Yeah, that's different. It's different.
Like, what if a girl did that to you?
To me,
like, had relations with one of your friends.
With one of my friends. I think, honestly, with the right amount of strength, anything is forgivable. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I have the right amount of strength.
There you go.
That's fair, right? That's fair.
That's fair.
So you're single now.
I am single like a dollar bill. I am single, and I'm not like fake single. Like when somebody hears this, I'm gonna get like DMs like, "Word, you single?" I'm like real single.
Okay.
So what does Mac Wiles look for in a female? What kind of female is Mac Wiles looking for?
Honestly, a smart girl and a girl that could keep up. Cause I'm gonna run, and I am going to make sure that I am working and all of that. So it's like, if you can keep up with me, then I'm gonna love you forever.
Now, music-wise, now when are we getting back to music?
I've actually been in the studio this whole time too, so I'm just kind of waiting on the right time to kind of drop some stuff. I'll be dropping something soon, like just even if it's an EP.
You nervous about the second project? The first one did so well, received so well. Nominated for so many awards.
No, I'm not nervous. I think for me, I'm anxious. Like I'm creative, so my biggest thing is just to get the creative stuff out. If y'all like it, y'all like it. If y'all don't, y'all gonna like what I put out next. It's that simple.
And what else besides Dinner for Two, which, by the way, will be on TV1 on Sunday, September 2nd at 7 p.m.
Preach that. I was about to do it too. Go ahead.
What else do you have going on?
More music, like we said. And, we have some other stuff in the works.
Mm-hmm.
Just finished another movie. I don't want to talk about it too much just yet. But, we just, young black man out here working.
There you go. It's Mac Wiles. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Mm-hmm.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. You all right?
Yes.
All right, let's get to these rumors. Let's talk Eminem.
It's time. She's spilling the tea. This is The Rumor Report with Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club.
Woo, well, this was unexpected. Eminem put out a new album. He tweeted, "Try not to overthink this one. Enjoy. Kamikaze out now."
Well, we're glad you didn't overthink this one, Eminem, because this one is dope. Revival was whack, but this one is dope.
Now, we are going to be talking about this throughout the morning, but there's 13 songs on here. The album's about 45 minutes long. And apparently, Eminem and Paul Rosenberg, his manager, who's also the president of Def Jam, have been going back and forth about Eminem coming at people who come at him. Here's what happened on one of the skits.
Hey, Em, it's Paul. I listened to the new album. Are you really going to...
Eminem said, "F it. I am going to reply to everybody."
Why do people have to get told that their music is whack in order to respond with dope music? Like, if Eminem could do this all along, if he still had this in him, why did he even put out Revival?
Well, he probably thought the other album was dope. That was his way. That's what was on his mind at the time.
I can't think of any artist who's never put out an album that people didn't like if they've had 8 or more albums out. There's always going to be a couple of albums that people thought was whack.
Yeah, but a lot of times when we revisit those catalogs, we realize that album we thought was whack was actually kind of dope.
I can't think of one artist who I could say they have 8 albums out and they all was dope.
No, I can't.
Who?
Jay-Z.
You don't think there's albums that Jay-Z feels like...
There's albums that came out at the time that I didn't appreciate, but...
I don't think there's no whack albums.
Like Kingdom Come is actually dope in hindsight.
I can't imagine that's an easy thing for any artist to do.
The Blueprint double album had a lot of whack records, but when he scaled it down to the 2.1, it was dope. So
yeah, he had some songs I didn't like, but all his albums to me was dope.
Yeah.
So who else besides Jay-Z? I'm just saying that's not. I'm just saying that's not an easy thing to do. That's all.
I don't even know who had that kind of catalog.
If you could tell me that anybody could put out that many albums and he's been around that long and everybody likes all their albums.
So you admit you thought Revival was whack now?
All I'm saying is that there's... No, I never said I thought it was whack, but all I'm saying is that there's times that people put out stuff that's not as strong as their previous stuff because their bar is so high, too.
Well, let's talk about that now. Kamikaze's dope.
All right, we'll talk about that more this morning, though. We're going to get into it, play clips for you and everything because it did just come out, so we know everyone hasn't heard it. All right, and Will Smith, he has put out some behind-the-scenes footage of his first time performing with his son, Jaden. Now, this is really cute. This was on stage in Miami during his opening set for J. Cole's KOD tour. Here's how it went down.
So we were trying to determine when you wanted me to come out. Right here?
It came out right here.
Right there?
So, Young came down on the floor, so she broke my heart to the core, so what? I guess we all gotta go.
Boy, you know why you was an icon living? You was born from an icon living. Nothing, just an icon living. What? Just an icon living. Let's go!
All right, so it's cute. The two of them performing together, father and son.
Drop on the clues bonds for the Smiths. You know I'm a Pinkett Smith. Winfrey Knowles Carter. You know that's my last name.
All right, and Colin Kaepernick. Let's talk about what might be about to happen. Team owners might now have to testify. Now, the NFL had filed these legal documents. They tried to say that Colin Kaepernick's saying that they conspired to keep him out of the league was baseless. There was no evidence. But according to the arbitrator, they disagree with that, and there's sufficient evidence to go forward. And now this case can go forward. So now team owners will have to testify.
Colin got a case, goddammit. We going to court. All right? Okay? That's big, that the fact that the NFL, with all the money they got, couldn't get this case dismissed. That means that Colin has some type of evidence that shows, yes, he was indeed blackballed, even though anybody with eyeballs can see he was blackballed.
All right, it'll be interesting to see what comes out of this, too, by the way. And let's discuss what Nick Cannon had to say about Azealia Banks. If you guys remember, Azealia Banks was on Wildin' Out, and she said she started crying. She was upset about her appearance. She felt like it was racial. Here's what happened on the original Wildin' Out appearance.
My boy Nick Cannon is so petty. How petty is he? He couldn't get Carter B, so he got Azealia ugly ass.
Wait a minute.
What's wrong with you?
He's stupid. He is stupid.
Sorry, can I just say that was very anti-black?
Oh. Get him back!
I didn't think that was funny.
Now, Azealia Banks says that these were colorist jokes that were aimed at her expense during that taping. Well, here's what Nick Cannon had to say about the whole Azealia Banks situation while he was on Everyday Struggle.
It's funny because I told her, you know, because she broke down, and I was like, yo, anything you don't want to air, just let me know. And we won't do it because she said it right there. She said, that's very anti-black. I was like, yo, you know that's not what I'm about. But if you feel that way, I'll take it out. And then when she went on that rant the next day, I was like, all right, well, I got to let the world see what really happened to show that she was overreacting. But really, you understand that comes from self-hurt.
All right.
That is true, though. I mean, she feels a way about that already. We know that. Like, Azealia Banks has always discussed colorism.
Then Wildin' Out is not the place to go.
Yeah, but I'm saying she's always discussed colorism and, you know, how she's felt about her complexion and how people compare her to lighter, fairer skinned women. So if you're going to say that a light skinned girl is pretty and say she's ugly, of course that's going to make her feel away.
All right.
Wildin' Out was not the place to go
it definitely wasn't the place to go because people are going to make jokes at your expense.
Of everything, yeah.
So Wildin' Out is the place where you can go and say what you want to say and let it be a joke. I need to go on Wildin' Out more then. Okay? Absolutely. Nick, I want to come back. All right.
I mean, the whole point of the show is that they diss each other
and make fun of each other. Yeah.
Isn't that the whole point of the show?
It's kind of like a roast.
We live in such a sensitive world where everybody's offended about everything. I didn't know that there was a safe space for people to get these jokes off, even if they are about things like colorism. I just didn't know.
I don't think that joke was a colorism joke, though.
Colorism. I don't think she was saying you're brown skin, so you're ugly. That's not what the joke was.
They were just comparing another female artist, in my opinion.
I think it was more about her success.
Oh, so I can call women ugly on this show if I say it's a joke?
You have.
Back in the day,
and
people get upset about that.
And you call them all kinds
so
of
I can
things.
do it as long as it's a joke. I'm just trying to know now. Just give me the rules.
You still do it.
No, I don't.
You don't call people fat anymore?
Yes, I called Callie fat yesterday.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, all right, well, I'm Angela Yee, and that's your rumor report.
But that's a show on jokes.
If I do it in the context of jokes.
No, but that show is about jokes.
It's not.
This show is not about snapping on each other. Snap each other.
If there's a show where you're supposed to be dissing each other and you know that's why you're coming on it, you should expect
totally different.
people to say
well, that's what the Breakfast Club is.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Okay. That's what the Breakfast Club is.
You better stop snorting, man. You've been snorting a lot recently. I just want to tell you that.
I know. I sound like Khaled, even though I'm not as big as him.
You still what? Anyway, when we come back, we have comedian and author Miss Pat
drop
joining
one of
us.
Clues bombs for Miss Pat. Let me tell you something.
I'm mad I wasn't here for this.
You may not know who Miss Pat is right now, but you will after this interview. Miss Pat is special. Okay, she's got a book out called Rabbit, and she's got a TV show in the works based on her life that Lee Daniels is doing. And I really can't wait for y'all to hear from Miss Pat.
Yeah,
I was really mad that I wasn't here for this one. I read that book and I was so disappointed I was away.
And I think it's very important to say, since we just had this conversation, Miss Pat is a comedian.
Right,
Who's lived a very harsh life. And the things that she's talking about are about her and her life and her experiences. So don't get offended. Okay?
All right. We'll get into that. We'll get into it when we come back. All right, it's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. V. Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We have a lovely lady with us this morning.
Miss Pat.
Miss Pat.
Good morning.
Good morning, Miss Pat. Where you from, Miss Pat?
Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Born and raised in Atlanta, the inner city.
You've lived a very interesting life.
Yeah.
To say the least.
I was a little crazy. Shot a couple times, trafficked a couple cocaine, had a couple STDs, a baby at 14.
All right, let's hold on now. Let's start from the beginning. Don't give us all that right now. So how did you get shot?
I got shot twice. The first time I got shot, my kid's father shot me. He was very abusive. That was my daughter over there in the corner. That's her daddy. So he shot me and it cracked my skull. And the second time I got shot was in an argument with a drug dealer, and he came back and shot me. And he was like, when I come back, I'm gonna kill you. You know, black men, when they say they gonna kill you, they gonna kill you. So I don't know if you ever been shot. I didn't really think he was gonna come back and shoot me, but he came back so quick and he was running, shooting, and I just think the bullets were going extra fast, and one of them hit me in my up under my arm and blew my nip off.
I heard that.
And
did you hear that?
I did. I read that story.
And I tell people all the time, you don't need two nipples; they overrated. Nobody uses two nipples anymore at the same time.
So did you breastfeed?
No. I had already had both two kids at the time.
You had kids at 15?
14 and 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
So her father, when he shot you in the head, how'd you survive that?
Well, it cracked my skull and it just tore a hole back there. You know, I was so ghetto because I was 15 when he shot me.
15?
I got shot twice when I was 15. And I was like, Lord, I need to turn 16 because I'm tired of them shooting me. So
you should have been a rapper. You survived all them shootings. You survived all them shootings. Don't put an album out.
Well, it was a drug dealer. I think drug dealer was hotter than a rapper back then.
True.
So I went in. I got out the hospital and I had a hole back there. So I wanted to go to the club with my friends. So my ghetto ass told her to finger wave around the gunshot wound. And I went to the club and that thing was leaking. And everybody like, this bitch got a hole in her head.
Wait. You went to the club after you got shot? And to party?
To party. My friend finger, because you know you have to set up under the dryer, so she just hand dried it. My hair was laid with a hole in the back of my head.
So hold on, you didn't go to the hospital?
Yeah, I went.
Okay.
Yeah,
they let you out in 2 days?
A couple of days. It just cracked my skull.
Okay.
Like it just tore a hole
just
back there.
Just cracked my skull? Damn it, man. You should have been there longer.
You didn't go to jail?
No, I was in love with him. You don't lock up your abuser in the beginning till you grow up.
But even if you didn't press charges, they didn't take him in?
No, because you know what? I was taught as a kid, you know, my mama was in a bad relationship and I had to learn later on in life. A lot of time with your parents, your mom go through, she handed down. So my mama told me, she said, Pat, if a man don't hit you, he don't love you. So I thought every time he beat me, that was love. And child, when he shot me, I said, he gonna marry me. He really loved me. He never shot his other baby mamas.
So why'd he shoot you? Like, what was the reason?
I was with another guy.
You gonna marry me because you shot me?
That's what I thought.
So you get another guy, he caught you?
Yeah, and I used to go out and get guys all the time to try to make him jealous because he had a lot of kids and a lot of baby mama. And you know, they tell you you're number one, so I'm thinking I'm number one. And when he would mess with them other baby mamas, I just go out and find me somebody else for him to beat up and get jealous of her.
How long did you stay with that man after that?
A while.
Really?
I stayed with him. I got married when I was like 19.
Oh, you married him?
Hell no!
Oh.
He work at Jiffy Lube now.
That's a good job. Ain't nothing wrong with Jiffy Lube, Pat.
Oh, please, child, please. My husband works at General Motors. You do the math.
So you stayed with him?
I stayed with him for a while, and I was in a very abusive relationship. He just kept having kids. Like, he got like 22 kids now. And every time I got pregnant, somebody else got pregnant. Then the women would come to the trap. I think I knocked out more people than Mike Tyson did. Just beating up his baby mamas on the regular. You know what really made me leave him alone? He started messing with this crackhead named Tinkerbell. And when he started messing with Tinkerbell, I was like, that's it. And he actually came to me. He said, if you sell my lady any more drugs, I'm going to beat the hell out of you.
Oh, so he was in love with the crackhead.
He was in love with the crackhead.
Now, I slept with a crackhead or two in my life because I used to sell crack. So sometimes when they don't got no money, you get some or something like that. But I'm not nothing fall in love with nothing.
Yeah, he fell in love with this one. I was like, that's it. And I went and I did a prayer, which is in my book. And I say, Lord, I've asked you several times to change. I asked you several times to I'm trying not to say his name.
We'll bleep it out for you.
Thank you. I asked you several times to change him, but tonight I come to you and say, him, change me. And I woke up and never desired him.
Was he upset about that? Because he seemed abusive. He didn't seem like he was going to let you go easily.
Well, he got me at 12, so I didn't know no better. I realized later in life I was looking for a father figure. I needed that man in my life.
He was a lot older?
Yeah, he was 22, married with a baby on the way.
And you was 12?
I was 12.
Well, we call that pedophilia.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I had her at 14. And he came and signed a birth certificate. You want to hear something crazy? He came and signed a birth certificate with his new girlfriend.
They didn't lock him up?
No, they let him sign. They don't care nothing about you when you poor and black in inner city. He signed both of the kids' birth certificate. Both of them have his last name.
How did you meet him?
And I met him at the skating rink. No, I met him coming. He went to a teenage party one night at the YMCA in Atlanta.
He was at a teenage party?
He stayed at the teenage parties. He stayed there. He was at the YMCA with all the middle school and high school students, and that was the first time I ever went out and I met him.
So hold on, was he throwing the party at least, or he was just there?
No, he's just there because he used to skate all the time. So he always hung with younger people.
Oh, so he's being a predator then?
He was definitely being a predator.
He don't think so, but I think so. I mean, he was 22 years old and got pom-poms on his skates.
and what kind of drugs did you sell? What were you selling? Was it weed? Was
I sold crack. I made a lot of money. I mean, because I had 2 kids at 15. I dropped out of school in the 8th grade. It was only 2 things I could do in my community: either sell crack or sell. And I wasn't doing that.
How'd you get into selling it? Like, how was it the first time? Was it family or was it friends?
No, it was him because he was
22-year-old.
Well, yeah. He was selling drugs, so he was paying my rent because I had his 2 kids. You know, I was the main chick, so he got locked up. Well, I didn't have nobody to pay my rent, and all I had was a welfare check for $235. I'm like, well, I got to make rent. I got 2 kids. So I had my girlfriend take me to his cousin who sold the drugs, and then I went to my old community. My friend was like, you should come over here. I probably made $1,000 in 2 minutes. And I ended up, I'll never forget, I had my first $100,000 when I was 16 years old.
100,000?
And I had a learner's license with about 8 cars. And I couldn't drive because I had a learner's license. So I had a crackhead on the day shift, the evening shift, and the night shift who had a valid license so I can drive my drugs and drop it off and stuff like that.
You didn't have problems with y'all with females selling drugs? Like nobody trying to take advantage of you?
You don't know me. I'll beat your ass. I don't play that. I take this wig off. You think I play for the Atlanta Falcons. Ain't nobody beat me since he beat me.
I'm trying to rob you?
No. Yeah, I got robbed, but you know, I ain't gonna fight over you. Can have it. I was really careful too, because I always had my kids with me. So people knew.
You had your kids with you selling drugs?
Yeah, I kept all the crack in her underwear. I mean, that's where you kept it. For real? They're not gonna search the kids. Who going in a baby pamper? You gonna just go in a baby pamper?
Right.
And they knew the routine. They knew where to put it. They knew what to do. Everything.
You weren't scared with them going to school and saying?
Well, I sold crack in front of her school. I was there before the drug-free school zone signs went up. I was grandfathered in when those signs went up. So I didn't have to leave.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But she went to a school that I sold drugs in front of, and she would look out the window. So she come up, I think she's 2nd grade, and she come up to me one day and she said, Mama, she said, I need to talk to you. I'm like, what do you want? Mind you now, I'm probably 16. She said, I get tired of looking at my school window seeing you sell drugs every day. I want to transfer. Oh, I want you to leave this corner. I said, child, I was here first. Where you want to go to school at? I'm not changing my job for your ass. You don't know how much money I'm making out here.
All right, we have more with Miss Pat when we come back. Don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are The Breakfast Club. Miss Pat's in the building, an author, comedian, and she has a story. Charlamagne?
Is that your daughter Ashley right there?
Yeah, that's my gay daughter. She want me to tell everybody she gay.
You're not.
Why you diss it like that?
She like the gay shots out.
When did you find out? When did you find out she was gay?
You know when your child is gay. You know we be in denial. But when I first kind of heard the word gay, my mother-in-law told me she had a licking spirit when she was about 6 years old. She said,
licking spirit. Go ahead.
Yeah, she said, Pat, you need to put some olive oil and pray over this kid because she got a licking spirit. And I was like, oh, you ain't got no licking spirit. Yo, we ain't got a licking spirit. Well, I kind of thought she was gay, but when she was sucking on them dog titties, I was like, uh-oh, she's sucking the wrong thing. And then she
you
went
caught
out
her sucking the dog.
She was sucking the dog. She was doing all that what you was doing. So let me tell you when I really kind of knew she was gay. So I bought a book called Elin Harris. You know the author Elin Harris, the gay guy. Right. So I didn't know there was no download books. So I bought all the Elin Harris books and gave them to her. She couldn't put them down. I was like, what the hell is in that book? I picked it up. It was a download book. This girl in the 5th grade. I was like, holy crap. And I was like, she gay. So we never, see, I've been to prison for trafficking cocaine. So I didn't like gay women, but gay men was okay. So when she went out to college, she kind of like, kind of signs started coming up. Mm-hmm. So she ran off. She ended up dropping out of college and running off and doing her own thing for about 3 years. So finally, this is my child. I love her. I found her. I said, look, I know why you running, because you think I think you gay. Are you gay? I just want to hear it out your mouth. She say, yes, mother, I'm gay. I said, well, come on home and eat. It's cheaper.
How do you grow up with a mom like that?
Well, that's real.
How do you bring
That's real. What you talking about?
Mom like
She's
that?
a real.
Right. Still trying to figure it out.
She a gay hoe. Every Thanksgiving, we get a new girlfriend.
Wow.
She just dumped Bigfoot, and she on this old goofy chick now.
You call her Bigfoot?
Bigfoot live in New York.
6'2". She live in Jersey. She was like 6'2".
I can't.
Yeah, these hoes, they only last a few months. And I told her, I said, if you eat like your real daddy do, you are a hero. So I see why you slam like you get your ass out of here. Get your ass out of here.
Captain America.
Now you said you did a year in jail.
Yeah, I did a year.
When did you get caught?
I got caught because my cousin hit the dope wrong.
She told on you?
No, I kind of took the rap because she was a juvenile, but they sent both of our butts down.
Mm. How long? You said you did almost a year, right?
Yeah, I did a year, and they went and stayed with my friends, and that was the only time in my life that it ever slowed down. And I was like, oh my God, I'm doing to my kids what was done to me. I have a son that's 30, she's 32, I have a son that's 31, and I was like, I don't want my son to become what society think black men are. I don't want my daughter to go through what I went through and drop out of school. Because I come from a cycle of every high school dropout, abuse, and drugs. Right. And I was like, I got to break this cycle. So I started praying. I said, look, Lord, I need a good black man with back teeth that can read. I need you to send my kids a daddy.
What bad teeth?
Back teeth, man. Back teeth.
Back teeth. I said bad teeth.
Everybody think I said I'm country, but back teeth. Mm-hmm. Back teeth is important in a black man because when you have a wig on and they spitting on you from the side, they'll f up your hair, make your hair fall till you get to the event. So I met a good black man straight out the military that could read and don't punch chicks in the eye on Friday. And he wasn't quite my type. He was kind of like a little thick. But I said, you know what? I'm going to overlook these You got a job. He's the first black man with a credit card I ever saw. I don't mean that prepaid crap.
Not the rush card.
Not the rush card. I mean a Visa Master with a limit.
Hey.
And I was like, you about to be 2 light-skinned kids' daddy. I'm going to deal with you.
So you married him?
Hell yeah, I married him.
Y'all still together now?
Yeah, he done helped me raise 3 sets of crack babies. Huh?
I can't.
Tell me about the time you was in jail and you said that, I guess that's what made you not like gay women? They started trying you or something?
No, I never got 8 in jail. I just never liked gay women. I mean, I'm from the South, so, I was taught if you was gay, it was something wrong with you. But I realized in life, a lot of times what you don't like, God will put in your life.
So your daughter, yeah.
Yeah.
So your daughter changed your views of gay women.
She made me open my mind to gay people.
But that's not how you asked me was I gay though. You were like, are you gay? And I was like, yes. You was like, well, you better be the biggest, boldest, baddest gay person there is. So now that I'm the biggest, boldest lesbian that I am, she's like, oh, you just so gay. You just too gay.
She too gay. Like she that over that top gay. I wish she was gay like Ellen. But she gay like Magic Johnson's son.
Salute to EJ. I saw EJ the other night.
He was sexy. He was snatch, baby.
EJ ain't no joke.
I said, EJ, you gorgeous. You make a bitch like me look like a baby mama.
EJ ain't no joke.
It make me want to go get plastic surgery. EJ was together. It's bad when a man can look better than you.
See, it's weird with women because I don't know what a flamboyant gay woman look like. Because to me, when a woman is really gay, it's she take more of the manly.
No, this thing right here is really gay. Like she the type put her dildos in the dishwasher.
I never heard you do nothing like that.
Yeah, anything. I'm telling you, she too gay for me. Like, she eat ice cream like she eating. I'm like, my is ice cream. I'm your mama. I have a bit. I'm telling you.
Now, why's your nickname Rabbit?
My nickname was, I used to like carrots when I was coming up. And my stepfather named me Rabbit. So I couldn't use my government name when I was a drug dealer. So I just used my nickname Rabbit.
Is it true you used to get teased growing up too?
Teased?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was poor. I used to be the musty kid. So I used to get teased a lot. I mean, my mom used to do like, it was survival for her, but it was embarrassment for us. Like we had light or gas, but we never had both at the same time. So a lot of times we only had lights. So to cook, my mama would start a fire in the barbecue grill and fry chicken on the barbecue grill. And everybody had to walk past our house for school. And it's like, oh, Patricia, mama out there frying chicken on the barbecue grill.
Was the chicken good?
Yeah,
and that's all that mattered. I bet you had neighbors coming over asking for a piece of chicken.
No, my mom out there cooking butter beans on the barbecue grill. There ain't no cookout.
Is that where you got your sense of humor from, though? Because since everybody was teasing you, you had to learn to snap back?
You know what, Charlamagne, my mama was hilarious. So I think that's where I got my sense of humor from.
She was abusive, too, though, right?
Very abusive. But, you know, I used to hate her, and I had to realize that my mother gave me what she was handed. So, if you know, she ain't taught nothing. She only gonna teach me what she taught.
She passed that pain down.
Yeah, she passed that pain down. She died at 39 years old. And when I tell you I've never seen nobody as miserable as this lady was. This lady, if you saw her, you'd have thought she was in her 50s or 60s. All she did was cry. She cried all the time about my stepfather leaving her. Oh, Curtis gone. I said, Mom, he been gone 10 years. You still crying? That was one of the things that she had me. Like, I didn't have a father, and she didn't really have a father figure in her life. And my granddaddy beat her mother. So, you know, she had that gap there, and she just picked abusive men. My daddy beat her, boyfriend beat her, everybody beat
her. She would call you ugly, right?
All the time. She thought my sister was way prettier than me. I got acne real early in life, and she was just, my mom always had this thing, she used to talk to us like, ugly bitch. And that was normal conversation.
It's amazing to me how you was able to break that cycle of pain, though, since it was so generational in your family.
I started to love myself after dealing with her daddy. You know, I realized I was searching for something in him, and I cared more about him than myself. I realized I couldn't be a good parent until I started to love myself.
Well, a lot of times when you want to change your life, you got to change your lifestyle.
Yeah, I had to change my lifestyle, and it was not easy.
All right, we have more with Miss Pat when we come back. Don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We have Miss Pat in the building, author, comedian. Charlamagne?
Did you have any, like, spiritual advisors or counselors? Or, like, what was the turning point for you?
To save my kids. When I went to jail, that was a turning point for me. I had to save my kids. I didn't want my daughter to be molested. My mama, in my book, it tells you how my mama looked the other way when her boyfriend was messing with us. So I was like, y'all ain't about to do this to my kids.
You was, what, 15 then, I think I read, right?
I was, no, he started before I had a baby. He started messing with us. He would give us $5 when he was
like
done.
Hush money type stuff?
Yeah, because we was like, probably 10. Because I started messing with my kid's father at 12. So he did it for a couple years.
And when did you make him stop? Or he just stopped on his own?
He stopped when I got with Ashley Daddy. And I never told that story until I wrote that book. Half of that stuff in that book, my husband didn't know till he read the book.
Wow.
My kids didn't even know.
Wow.
My son, who's 31, he called me one day. He started reading the book, and his voice was broke up. I was like, what's wrong, boy? And he was like, Mama, I had no idea that you went through the stuff you went through. And I was like, what's wrong with you? He said, I read your book. I said, I didn't know you could read. That's what I was thinking. I was like, you can read? What?
I raised you right, boy. But do you think your mother turned a blind eye because she just didn't care because she was an alcoholic?
Well, my mama turned a blind eye because she had 5 kids and she needed help. Plus, we never really told her. We never told her because he said, if you tell her, I'm not going to be able to feed y'all anymore. I'm not going to be able to help her with rent. And we had moved so much in my life. Like, we would get thrown out every 90 days. And that was the first time, other than my granddad, how we had a little stability. And we knew he was going to bring food, like, at least every Friday. So we kept our mouth shut. I think mentally he made us feel like we was helping out.
What about the time you almost got beat with a roller skate? Oh, you did get beat with a roller skate.
Oh, my kid's father. That was her daddy.
Okay.
He roller skate. He hit me with a stopper. You ever been hit with a stopper? They don't give. They don't give at all. He would beat me with anything. And I was about 16 when I finally started fighting back, because I shot him too.
Right after he shot you shot him back?
No, I shot him later. I shot him in the ankle, and it broke his whole leg. So I went to the Grady Hospital in Atlanta to pick him up. You know, he got a lot of baby mamas.
Mm-hmm.
I go to pick him up. He got his other baby mama picking him up. So I'm pissed off because I shot you so I can take care of you. I didn't shoot you so she can take care of you. So after I shot him and he got his baby mama down there, I ran him over with my car and broke his cast. And so they had to take him back in the hospital, so I beat him. And I said, I stuck in the hospital. I said, now, I shot you so I can come get you. You have her back down here, I'm going to put both of you in the cast.
He was beating on you at that time?
No, he just sleeping with different baby mamas. I was sick of it. Damn. STDs, I always give me crabs, gonorrhea, and fleas. So I was just sick of it.
You still see him now?
Yeah, he work at Jiffy Lube. He won't even give me no discount.
How do you look at him now when you see him?
He hates me. He told me the other day, I was talking to him, and he got into, we can only talk about 10 minutes. And he just out of nowhere said, you know what? I got 9 baby mamas, and you the only one I hate. And I fell out laughing. I was like, dude, I'm still special in your life? But he don't know why he hate me. He hate me because I grew up. I'm not that 12-year-old anymore.
Yeah.
I grew up and became a woman, and I found a man to help raise his kids. I said, you should be thanking this man who stepped in to help raise your kids.
How do you feel about your father, hearing all those stories?
She don't like him.
No, I'm good.
I don't blame you. Did you ever go to therapy or anything, Miss Pat?
Nope. I didn't never go to therapy.
You just seem so strong and so together after everything I'm hearing right now.
You know what? Comedy saved me because I had all that pain built up inside, and the more I started to tell my stories, the more I started to heal.
Well, how'd you get to comedy? I feel like I'm missing a big gap.
So I voted for Bill Clinton, and then right after that, he started the Welfare to Work program. So I had to go through the Welfare to Work program to keep my assistance. And I met a caseworker, and I would tell her, I was like, oh, I've been through all of this. And she was a black lady. She just bust out laughing. And she said, I really think you miss your calling. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And she just kept encouraging me to get on stage. And I got on stage at an open mic, and I realized, I said, this is what I want to do. For one thing, it's the only job that I ever had that didn't check my criminal background history.
So what does success look like for you, ultimately, Miss Pat?
I mean, to me, I hope my comedy career land me. I would like to have a sitcom.
I can see that. Your story is a movie already.
Yeah, I would like to have a sitcom. I always said I wanted a book. The book did really well. Hour special. I don't have an hour special yet.
All right, well, Miss Pat, I think sky's the limit for you.
Oh, I think the sky's the limit for me, too. I mean, because I'm honest. I tell people all the time, I don't do cat jokes. I hate to see them white boys do them cat jokes. I just be want to punch them in the bottom of their neck. I'm like, can you go rob a bank so you can have some real stuff to talk about?
Word up. But it's clear that you're here for a real reason after everything you've been through. So
yeah, I mean, I just want people to know that you don't have to dwell. You know, I remember when I first got married and I was feeling sorry for myself because, you know, here I am not selling drugs no more. I got an 8th grade education. What can I do for my kids? And I never forget, my husband handed me a tape, and it was Outkast when they first came out. And I can't remember the exact track, but he said, listen to this track. And it was
Get up, get out, and get something.
And that motivated me too, like a fat girl to the gym. Baby. And I was like, that was my song. I played it, and it helped me heal from my relationship. It helped me realize that I can do anything that I want to be.
And you don't feel sorry for yourself no more?
Hell no. You know, my family is crazy because they think I'm famous. I'm okay. But now they want to sue me. But can't nobody read.
Oh, they want to sue you for telling these stories.
They want to tell, yeah. My cousin was, and I hope she listening to my mother wasn't like that. I'm like, child, your mother was like that. So they all coming at me for stupid stuff. And I'm going to call all the TV stations and tell them. I said, please tell them so we can do an interview together, crackhead. It's your family. They actually coming after me. I had to block my sister. I blocked my crackhead sister on everything. And I told her, I said, when you die, I'm not coming to your funeral. You just messed up the patty pie I was going to bring you. You just messed it up. I'm going to burn your ass up.
So what they trying to tell you, like, oh, she's lying. She's not telling the truth.
Yeah. I said, you know what's crazy? When I wrote this book, my sister and my cousin verified. And when I told this story about my mama boyfriend, all I said is, you remember what Mr. John did to us? And my sister told the story. But all of a sudden, our mama was an angel. I said, how the hell our mama was an angel when you had your first baby at 12 years old and I had my first baby at 14 years old? Is that coming from a mother who's an angel?
Well, you know, the bigger you get, the more success you get, it's going to get worse because they don't want to see you succeed. You're supposed to be at the bottom with them.
Yeah, but nobody tell you to live in the hood all your life. You like gossip like Ray got shot tonight. I don't have time with that. And I have her 4 grandkids right now because I took custody. I brought her daughter to Indianapolis to help her get her life together. Well, her daughter ran off and left me with 4 crack babies. I'm raising a 4, a 6, a 9, and an 8-year-old. I'm supposed to be done.
Right now?
Right now. They in school.
Wow.
But my niece she blocked me on Facebook and I got her 4 kids. 2 weeks ago, she hit me up after 3 years and said, Pat, can I get a picture of my kids? I said, for what? To motivate me. I said, well, look, baby, you remember those old pictures you had on Facebook? Just scratch them out. The same child, they got a little taller. Get your ass out my inbox. I'm not playing these crackhead games with you. I don't play them crackhead games. Don't play with me, crackhead.
You're going to be fine, Miss Pat.
I think so. I think so.
Where can they follow you? Your Instagrams and Twitters and all that good stuff?
Comedian Miss Pat, COMEDIENNE, Miss Pat, MSPAT.
I'm praying for you, and I hope to see you on the big screen, small screen. I just need to see more of Miss Pat. I need more of Miss Pat in my life. What's the name of the book, too, so people can go get the book?
The book is called Rabbit. It's really, really good.
Oh, Miss Pat, man, I think you are amazing.
Well, thank you. Thank you guys for having me.
And I'm glad I met you this week, and I can't wait to see more of you.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I'm glad to be on the Breakfast Club.
It's Miss Pat Patricia Williams. Go get her book, Rabbit. It's the Breakfast Club.
Yeah, y'all help me feed them crack babies.
The Breakfast Club.
Hey.
I said I like it like that.
All right. Hey, man, they loving comedian Miss Pat. Drop on the clues bombs for Miss Pat, man.
Shout out to Miss Pat.
She's going to be at the Stress Factory in Bridgeport, Connecticut all weekend long. She was there last night. She's there tonight. She's there Saturday and Sunday. So if you enjoyed Miss Pat, you can go see her at the Stress Factory in Bridgeport, Connecticut all weekend.
All right. Well, morning, everybody. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get to the rumors. Let's talk to ya.
Listen up.
It's just in. All the gossip. The Rumor Report. Gossip. With Angela Yee.
It's the Rumor Report.
The Breakfast Club.
Well, a cop who arrested T.I. outside of his gated community was talking about him, and everything was captured on body cam. They just released this body cam footage, and here's what was said.
That's T.I., the rapper.
He is?
His wife is...
He's the rapper?
Yeah, he's the rapper. His wife lives in the facility, and...
you think his don't stink?
Right.
Yeah.
Basically.
Wow, so they're talking about him like he think his ish don't stink, and that's when the heated argument happened, and all of that. If you guys remember, when he got charged with 3 misdemeanors, and he probably won't face any jail time.
Yeah, so T.I.'s in the right because clearly that cop had bias from the start. If that bias is already approaching the situation saying, "Oh, he don't think don't stink because he's a rapper," he's already approaching the situation with bias.
Right, he was talking to the guard at the community, and that's what he said. He think his ish don't stink.
Yeah, don't you got to be more? You should be objective when you're a police officer, right? You should approach the situation with a blank slate, even though we know a lot of them don't, but still.
All right, now Bow Wow, they said, went nuts while shooting for Growing Up Hip Hop on set.
He's the crazy one. He's the wild one.
According to production sources, they said that he was shooting at the Westside Cultural Arts Center when he snapped. They don't know what happened. They said he went from being calm and cool and collected to a person in a fit of rage. They said he started shattering equipment. He busted 3 cameras in the process, and he also attacked anybody who tried to step in and stop him, and they actually had to call cops to the scene.
When are people going to get Bow Wow the help he needs? I mean, the man is crying out for help. He's naming his next album Suicide spelled backwards. He's on social media saying he wants to kill himself and hurt people. He's having bouts of rage. When is somebody going to take Bow Wow, sit him down with a therapist, sit him down with a counselor, spiritual advisor? Like, what's the problem?
Yeah, he needs some help.
He's clearly got mental health issues.
He definitely does. The event that he was at was a party for the brat, and they're saying that she might have been involved in the melee as well. So I don't know what happened there, but I'm sure more details will come out.
They probably turned on one of them old records like Bounce With Me, and tried to give him the microphone. He was like, I ain't that guy no more. I'm a grown-ass man. I'm not a little boy.
I'm sure that wasn't the reason why.
I'm not a little boy.
He made up a whole story.
He sure did.
All right, now Joe Budden has announced that his show, State of the Culture, will get a female perspective because Remy Ma is going to be co-hosting alongside him. So that's going to premiere on September 10th on Revolt and September on the Revolt digital platforms, and then September 11th on TV.
Remy Ma and Scotty Beam. Drop on the clues bombs for Remy Ma and Scotty Beam.
Is that what you call linear?
Yes, linear is when it's on television, and digital is digital.
I just want to say I didn't know what that meant, and a lot of people hit me up in the comments after I said that during the interview with Joe Budden and said, thank you. I had no idea what that meant either.
Well,
everybody thought everyone knows what linear means.
No, I didn't think that, but if you produce TV, you should know. So yeah, linear means TV. And today's Joe Budden's born day too. Drop on the clues bombs for Joe Budden.
Happy birthday to Joe Budden.
He got a nice present today.
From who?
Joe, from Eminem.
Oh. I didn't like that gift. We'll talk about it after the hour.
All right, and Andre 3000, a fan, actually got to take a picture with him because he was actually a University of Alabama grad, was walking the wrong way after taking the F train. She ended up meeting Andre 3000. She turned around the corner, bumped into him, and she was wearing a T-shirt with his picture on it. So they took a picture together. He looked very cheesy. According to her, he said, hey, oh my God, I'm on your shirt. And he was really excited. So if you guys have seen this picture on social media, he's really cheesing while they're taking the picture together. But that's cute.
Hey,
imagine
man.
You're walking around and then you run into somebody who's wearing your shirt. Imagine how she felt. Obviously, she loves Andre 3000. He's on her shirt, and then she bumps right into him.
Andre 3000 is a legend.
Mm-hmm. All right, and Fat Joe, we talked about his birthday party at 4040. Me and Envy were there, and Jay-Z couldn't be there at his club 4040, but he did send him 10 big bottles of Ace of Spades. They said those bottles cost about $6,000 each, so that's
really?
Yeah. Present.
Wow. I opened my bottle because he gave it to all the tables that was there. I should have just took that stuff to home.
You know how much it costs, huh?
Definitely didn't know.
Hold on, you said you didn't open your bottle because...
No, he said he did open it.
I did open the bottle, but if I'd have known it was $6,000, I definitely would have took that home.
And done what?
And put it on my bar.
And then never you open it?
Never open it. Nope.
Why? That's your chance to drink Ace of Spades.
I've drank it
Like, I got things in my house I've never opened because I don't know if I can afford to ever drink it again.
Well, I've drank it
So I got to really wait for a special occasion. I don't know when that's going to be. Salute to Remy. They gave me a bottle of Louis XIII. I just have it sitting on the counter.
I got one of those. I haven't opened mine yet either.
I don't think I'm open mine either. Nah. That bottle is worth a lot of money.
Yeah, I ain't opening mine.
I might have to sell that one.
Oh, we drank mine at my house.
Well, we know who got all the money.
It was a free bottle, just like yours.
That's why I'm not opening it.
So that's why.
Because that free can turn to maybe 10,000 one day later on in life.
It's not.
It could.
And what's the point of not drinking something like that? You know, if it's a special occasion, bought a new house, let's
just looks
pop
nice
open
on the
this
bar.
bottle and drink it.
Hey, man, forget looking nice on the bar. I never know when I might have to pawn that.
You could
thing.
fill it up with something else and make it look like it's still there. All right, I'm Angela Yee, and that is your Rumor Report.
All right, thank you, Miss E. Charlamagne.
Yes.
Who you giving that donkey to?
And listen, man, Donald Trump has changed the face of politics as we know it, right? But all of y'all can't do what Donald Trump does. And we need this guy named Kyle Green, who's running for a state house seat in Minnesota, to come to the front of the congregation. We'd like to have a word with him. This is actually amazing.
All right. All right, we'll do that when we come back. Keep it locked. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Say the game, don't get other day, man.
You are a donkey.
It's time for Donkey of the Day.
Donkey of the Day does not discriminate. I might not have the song of the day, but I got the donkey of the day.
So if you ever feel I need to be a donkey, man, hit it with the hee-haw.
Yeah, it's the Breakfast Club, bitches. Who's Donkey of the Day today?
Well, Donkey of the Day for Friday, August 31st goes to Minnesota House candidate Kyle Green. Look, man, I think like most minorities in this country, I have a love-hate relationship with America. I don't have time to list all the things I hate about this country because I have to start with slavery and make my way up to mass incarceration, cover the unarmed killings of black and brown men, Boondock Season 4, polygamy not being legal. There's a lot of things in this country I haven't historically liked. But one thing I love about this country is freedom of speech, even though we all know free speech isn't free. Okay, it is a cost because you can say what you want, but you can't tell people how to feel about what you said. And if people choose to be offended, then you have to deal with the consequences of that offense. But I still respect the people who speak freely with zero regard to how people will take it. And Kyle Green is one of those people. We are not going to act like Donald Trump, the celebrity in chief, Mr. Dope 45, hasn't changed the face of politics forever in this country. We don't want politicians anymore. We want human beings. Okay, I want the good, the bad, and the ugly of these human beings we call politicians. We want Bullworth. Okay? Go watch the movie. Google who's your friend, kids. I just want them to be their real selves, all right? We know people aren't perfect. We know people have flaws. I don't need a perfect politician because I know it's no such thing because it's no such thing as a perfect human being. But Kyle Green is a perfect example of when keeping it real goes wrong, all right? One thing to remember when we think about Donald Trump is that he is a rich, entitled white man, okay? So a lot of the stuff that he gets away with doing and saying is simply good old-fashioned white privilege. So when a brother like Kyle Green, who is an organic farmer running for a state house seat in Minnesota, attempts to keep it faux real like Trump, we get what we got today. Now, Kyle Green said in a video posted on his campaign website and Facebook page, he's trying to get the support of voters in Minnesota District 18A, and this is his campaign ad.
Hi, I'm your neighbor Kyle Green. I'm running for District 18A State Representative. I'm not asking for you to vote for me as your leader. I'm asking for you to vote for me as your public servant. The primary duty of a state representative is to protect all the rights of his constituents. I want to be your state representative. I want to be your public servant. And I want to be your nigger.
Whoa.
Whoa.
That was crazy.
What? I wasn't expecting that.
I'm just looking at Steve, making sure Steve's not laughing. Looking like the purple face devil emoji over there. All right. Okay. All right. All right.
So
okay. Let me see where I take this. Play that isolate. Isolate the clip to last. This is the last part. Play the last.
I want to be your nigger.
All right.
What?
Kyle said the N-word is part of American history regardless of race, adding it's a part of my history being African American, white, and Cherokee Indian. And he said that he used that slur because he wants people to focus on the real issues at hand. It's hard to focus on the issues at hand when your politicians are just out here throwing that word out all willy-nilly. Now, I don't know anything about Kyle Green, nor am I a citizen of Minnesota, but I am Googling Kyle Green today to find out more about him because after this campaign ad I just saw, I am disgusted, but I am intrigued. All right, first of all, white people don't fall for that. If you are a white voter and want to vote for Kyle Green, just vote. All right, don't get the T-shirts and stickers that say Kyle Green or nigga. All right, Steve, shut up.
Oh, my goodness.
All right.
This is awkward.
Okay. We don't need a Kyle Green making niggas great again campaign. All right. Kyle, don't you come out blood walking the YG, my hitter, my hitter. All right. No Crip walking the C, murder down for my hitters. You know, I mean, honestly, this I want to be your nigga campaign would be great on Chappelle's Show. It would be great on In Living Color. It would be great on Key and Peele. But in real life, not so much. But life is a spoof now. America is one big sketch comedy. Okay, we're really living in the movie Idiocracy for real, for real. America is being executive produced by Donald Trump, and this is what we get. Let's hear it again.
And I want to be your nigger.
No, I need it from the start. Start it from the tippy.
Hi, I'm your neighbor Kyle Green. I'm running for District 18A State Representative. I'm not asking for you to vote for me as your leader. I'm asking for you to vote for me as your public servant. The primary duty of a state representative is to protect all the rights of his constituents. I want to be your state representative. I want to be your public servant. And I want to be your nigger.
Does this make you want to vote for him?
No.
A little. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest.
No, it doesn't.
I'm going to be honest. I need to hear more about his policies, but he got me. I'm going to be honest. I need to hear more. I need to hear his policies, but he got me. I'm going to be honest.
It did get your attention.
It got me. I'm going to be honest. I want to know why he want to be my nigga. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm really going to Google him, and I don't even live in Minnesota. But I'm glad that guys like Steve are in here, because Steve is a white man. So when I hear Steve laughing, then I know that's how all the other white people feel when they see Kyle Green. So, Kyle, they're all laughing at you. We're all laughing at you. Please give Kyle Green the sweet sounds and the hammer tones, please.
Oh, now you are the donkey of the day. You are the donkey of the day. Yee-haw.
All right. All right, thank you for that donkey of the day. Now, when we come back, let's talk Eminem. He released a new album yesterday. And we got to talk about it. He's throwing shots at everybody, Charlamagne being one of them.
What's new?
Joe Budden.
Joe. Happy born day to Joe.
Lil Yachty.
Drake. Academics.
Chance. No, not Chance. Who else did he throw?
Lord Jamar. Machine Gun Kelly.
There's a lot.
A lot of people.
There's a lot.
Listen.
And if you heard it, get on the phone lines. We're going to talk about it.
Have you heard the whole album yet, Envy?
No, I haven't heard that album. I heard a majority of it, though.
I've heard the whole album. I think it's a dope album. Way better than Revival, but Revival was whack, so we're not even going to talk about that. But I just don't understand why we got to tell artists their music is whack for them to respond with dope music. Like, if you could do this the whole time, why didn't you just give us this?
And shout out to Jessie Reyes, who's on the album as well.
But I guess we wouldn't have gotten this without whack-ass Revival, so Revival did serve a purpose.
And shout out to Joyner Lucas, who's on the album.
Let's open up the phone lines. 800-585-1051. Have you heard the album? If not, we're going to play some cuts, take your opinions. Call us up. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are The Breakfast Club. Now, if you just joined us, Eminem released his album last night, Kamikaze, a sneak album. Just threw it out there.
By the way, I love I love sneaky albums from top tier artists, because I love when you wake up in the morning and everybody's so into the energy of the album.
Right.
Right, he said he didn't want to think about it too hard. Here it goes.
And I'm glad he didn't, because he overthought Revival. I thought Revival was a whack album. I don't like woke Eminem. Y'all can keep Thurgood Marshall Mathers. But Slim Shady, I'm here for Slim Shady on Kamikaze. Dope album.
Now, he went at a couple of people on the album, and we're going to play some clips, and we're going to open up the phone lines. If you heard the album, let us know what you think. 800-585-1051. Now, the first person he went at, really hurt him. This morning, this guy was in the corner crying. He was laying in the fetal position. He was really messed up about it.
Nobody believes you.
I'm not talking about you.
Who are you talking about then?
Yeah, yes, I am talking about you. It's actually Eminem going at Charlamagne. Hate the Jew.
That didn't really sound like a diss.
It's gonna hate anyway.
I just want to say.
That's a fact.
I just want to say we're almost in September. Okay, 2018 has been underway. Eminem. But you know what's slick about that bar? He's quoting me. I actually said that about his BET Cypher. I said the thing isn't even orange, and that was a reach. So I said that verbatim, and he quoted that in his bars just now.
Now, I didn't think that was too bad of a diss. He just said Charlamagne's going to hate anyway.
Right. Now, also,
I don't hate. I tell the truth. That's not hate me saying Revival is whack. Because clearly Eminem thought Revival was whack, too. That's why he gave us this sneaky album called Kamikaze.
I just think he just wanted to respond to you guys.
No,
but
he thought Revival was whack. He knows it was whack.
Now, he also went at Joe Budden on this album. Let's listen.
Somebody tell Button before I snap, he better fasten it or have his body back as if the closest thing he's had to hits is smacking bitches. And don't make me have to give it back to academics. Say this is trash again. I'll have you twisted like you had it when you thought you had me slipping at the telly. Even when I'm getting brain, you'll never catch me with a thought.
I heard death threats. I think that we need to take all death threats from white people serious in 2008.
What death threats?
Shut up.
He said he would put Joe Budden in the body bag. That would sound like a death threat to me.
I think he meant lyrically.
I didn't hear anything about lyrics.
Because he was talking about hits, and he said he's never had any hits. So when he said body bag, I think he meant body him lyrically.
Defend your boss, Yee. You still act like he's your boss. Listen,
I mean, I'm interpreting it how I heard it.
I like that bar too. I don't like him bringing up, Joe's old allegations though, because like Eminem has rapped about abusing women as well.
But has he had charges?
I don't know.
We don't know.
I've never looked.
And Yee said Eminem's her friend. She's riding with her friend, so you better leave her alone.
Joe has to respond with bars, because Joe, and that's the thing about when rappers become media personalities, right? Because when you're a media personality, you talk about rappers from the media personality perspective. But what happens when a rapper responds to you with bars, and you're a rapper?
Joe's he's out of rapping mode. He's not rapping.
Because out of everybody that Eminem got at on this Kamikaze album, Joe's the only person who can get with him lyrically.
I don't think he's going to do it. I think Joe's out of the rap frame.
Kamikaze's already #1.
Right, yeah.
Of course, on iTunes.
So, all right. Well,
White
anyway,
privilege.
he also went at Drake.
Really?
Yep. Let's play it.
And I hope your butt is hurt. Put me on the track. I go on it like a color book. You got some views, but you're still below me. Mine are higher, so when you compare our views, you get overlooked. And I don't say the hook unless I wrote the hook.
So how do y'all know that's about Drake?
He said the views, and then if I said a hook, then I wrote the hook.
Oh, I just heard him say, I hope your butt is hurt.
That's all you heard. That's all you heard. That's the only part you heard.
Damn, what you mean I hope your butt is hurt? What is that? What does that even mean?
Like,
wow. You got to say butt hurt. You can't just start off a bar. I hope your butt is hurt.
See,
you think that was more impactful than saying butt hurt?
You know what? Now, lastly, he went at Tyler, the Creator. We have that audio. Let's play that.
Really? I missed that.
Tyler create nothing. I see why you call yourself a back bitch. It's not just because you lack attention. It's because you worship the 12. Oh, it's sacrilegious. If you're gonna critique me, you better at least be as good or better. Better the hood is wetter. Whatever his name is to help you put together some words. Wanna just do letters.
I thought you didn't say maggot. Like I thought
he didn't. He bleeped it. He bleeped it, but he was saying that Tyler called himself that.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah. He didn't call Tyler.
He was quoting
that.
him.
He didn't call Tyler that. He said that Tyler was saying that he called himself that.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Who else he got at on this album?
Machine Gun Kelly.
I caught that one. I did catch that one. That was a slick line. Let me hit a Machine Gun Kelly line.
We got that?
You don't have that one?
Yeah, he went at Lil Xan, Pump. He went at Yachty, Lord Jamal.
I could be wrong, but didn't he say Machine Gun R. Kelly or something like that?
He definitely said Machine Gun and then called him R. Kelly. Definitely.
Which one is this? Let me hear it.
Well, last week, an ex-fan. The bitch back and said if I did that. He could say Lil Pump, Lil Xan, imitate Lil Wayne. I should aim at everybody in the game. Pick a name.
Well, that wasn't at Machine Gun Kelly, but
I still don't know how I feel about like 40-plus-year-old rappers going at the young boys like that. Even though it is all fair game.
He's nice.
Because they're all on the same playing field together. It is all hip hop. So I guess it's fair game, but you're not supposed to understand what them kids is doing. Like,
nah, it doesn't matter. It's rap. If they say something foul, he could go at them.
I just feel like Eminem's making adult contemporary hip hop. Like,
no, he's spitting bars. It's not about adult. He's just rapping.
Have any of those guys ever gotten at Eminem?
I don't know.
See. Look, Drake brought Eminem out on stage at his tour before, so that's what I'm confused about.
I'm confused about the Drake one.
And Drake actually even called Eminem the greatest rapper to ever get on an MFM microphone.
See that?
All of that.
You give him all that love, Drake, and he's going to get on the record and ask you if your butt is hurt. You know what I'm saying?
So I didn't know they had any issues, but maybe there's something we don't know.
What's more pause-worthy? Eminem saying, I hope your butt is hurt, or Michael Jackson saying, your butt is mine?
Your butt is mine.
Listen,
all right.
My thoughts on Eminem have always been that he is one of the greatest lyricists ever, and I've never been a fan because I can't relate to a lot of his worldviews and experiences, but I acknowledge he's one of the greatest MCs. But if he was black, he'd be Redman. Dropping the clues bombs for Redman.
Shout to Redman.
We ain't gonna sit here and act like Eminem don't get his whole style from Redman.
Yeah, and he definitely says that. He says Redman was one of his
cool
idols.
With each other. And
absolutely.
He always gives him props and everything.
And
he sure does.
And I don't have any problems with Eminem. I will stand by what I said. Revival is a whack album. I don't like Thurgood Marshall Matters, but this Kamikaze is dope. Drop one of the clues bombs for Kamikaze.
But you're a hater.
I know he's gonna say Charlamagne gonna hate anyway, but I've never been a hater. I give props where props is due. Kamikaze is a dope album, and I will be riding to it again. I rode to it this morning.
800-585-1051. And those clips are different. Some of them are different songs. I know people are like, oh, the beats are just changing. Those they are different songs.
Yeah, they're all different records. It's a bunch of different
snippets.
He actually mentions me on 2 different songs, actually.
Hater.
What a day.
800-585-1051.
It's Joe Budden's born day.
Yeah, today's Button's born day.
Button, what we doing? Drop a record. It's your birthday.
What do you think about Eminem's album and what you heard? Call us right now. We'll take your calls. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. DJ NV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Now, if you just joined us, we're talking Eminem's album. Eminem's album came out last night. It's called, what's the name of the album?
Kamikaze.
Kamikaze. Now, I've heard the album. I heard a majority of it, I should say. And so far, what I've heard, I love. I love Eminem when he's spitting like that. You cannot deny that, man.
Yeah, I think that Kamikaze is a dope album. I didn't like Revival at all. I thought Revival was complete trash. I don't like woke Eminem. Y'all can keep Thurgood Marshall Matters. But I love Slim Shady. You know, and then Slim Shady got busy on this Kamikaze album.
All right, I got to really live with it and listen to it. You guys know Eminem is the reason why I started in radio, so I've always been a fan of Eminem anyway. But, yeah, I haven't had a chance to really live with it yet. I've only been in my car for 15 minutes today.
It's very interesting that he threw shots at me, because I remember when we did Change for Change last year and he donated $150,000, and that was around the same time that Beyonce Walk on Water came out.
And then you went in on the song.
Yeah, you went in that song was trash because two things can be true. I can salute you for donating $150,000 for Change, and you can still put out a whack record.
And then you also didn't like the fact that he was talking about politics and dissing Trump and stuff.
I don't like woke. No, I love when white people use their privilege to combat prejudice. I just thought the freestyle on the BET cypher was just whack. I don't like woke Eminem.
Well, let's go to the phone lines. Hello, who's this?
Dark Prince from Boston.
Hey, what's up, bro? Did you hear Eminem's album?
I just did. I heard it twice now. I'm literally surprised and pleasantly surprised. I'm shocked. Lyrically, he's sharp. Coming off Revival, I expected a coaster. I was surprised that he's going at people. And I'm really interested to see who's trying to go back and reply to this version of Marshall.
Well, I think that's what Eminem needs. I mean, I think he needed all of that criticism. Revival was whack, and I'm glad that it was a lot of people out there being honest about the whackness of that album because it created this great piece of art that we have now called Kamikaze.
Yeah, and the answer, I don't think anybody's going to go back at that boy. He gets busy.
Nah, he does
They
get
don't
busy,
want that
but
problem.
I think somebody will challenge him.
Yeah, I think, and they should. That's the point of it, right?
They'll get washed, but...
Definitely washed.
The only person that he mentioned on the whole album that could test him lyrically is Charlamagne.
Get out of here.
No, honestly, it's Joe Budden. Joe is the only person lyrically who can get with Eminem that he mentioned on the whole album. Drake can't get with him lyrically. Machine Gun Kelly can't get with him lyrically. Who else did he mention?
Joe can't get at him either.
Yes,
Joe's
he can.
retired.
Yeah, come on,
Joe's
man.
retired.
Joe
He
is retired, but
He's
Joe,
retired.
we're not going to act like Joe's not a top tier MC, bro.
Joe is no longer a rapper. We tried everything to get him out. Joe is not responding.
Okay, well, if Joe was still rapping actively, Joe could get with Eminem. I think so.
I think if we keep saying no, Joe can't, maybe that'll make Joe rap, though.
Nah.
That still won't.
Maybe he'll go at him on his show.
He
I
probably
don't know if I
definitely
wanna
will do
hear
that.
I thought about that this morning,
He's going
too.
to go at him on his show. He's going to talk about it.
I don't want to hear that because Joe is critiquing artists from a media perspective, which is weird when these rappers become media personalities because what happens when the rappers respond with bars? And Eminem, one of the greatest of all time, I don't know if I want to hear Joe just come back with talking about him on his podcast.
Yeah, I want to hear Joe rap.
Me too.
All right, let's go to the phone lines. Hello, who's this?
Yo, this is Easy.
Easy, what's up, man? We're talking Eminem's album. Have you heard it?
Yeah, I heard it. I listened to it this morning in the gym, and it's fire.
It is dope.
I'm glad he back talking that trash. I'm glad he back calling everybody out. Joe Budden, Charlamagne, all y'all getting it. And I love y'all. All y'all getting it. And that's what
all y'all getting it.
Can I ask you a question? Do you think Revival was whack?
Heck yeah, I thought it was whack.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
It got one round, and that was it.
So I just want to make
I
sure.
gotta say, Envy, I love y'all. Charlamagne, I love you. Your book changed my life. Angela Yee, I love you too, man.
Thank you, sir. I have a new book coming out October 23rd. It's called Shook When Anxiety's Playing Tricks on Me.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, what's up? This is Nelson from Detroit.
Nelson, what up, though?
What up, dog?
Let's hear what Detroit has to say about the new Eminem album.
Yo, can I start off by saying that Revival was a masterpiece, right, to me?
Oh,
it
shut up. That's Detroit bias.
He said to him. He said to him.
He tried to do the right thing. He tried to do the right thing, right? But growing up and being mature, y'all didn't like it. So he came
It was just
out.
whack. It was not sonically
To you. It was whack to you. This man liked it.
I am a Pink and Smith Winfrey Knows Carter. Walk on Water was terrible.
But
if
you're not
Jesus was walking on water to that record, he'd have fell in water.
You're not a Mathers, so go ahead, sir. Keep going.
So listen, you're right, right? It wasn't well received at the end of the day. It wasn't well received. I understand that, right? But he did what, like Hov grew up. He did his 444 thing. It was responsible.
444 was dope.
Tim did the same thing. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't received well. Now, y'all, even you, Charlotte got the bars. Look for Charlotte. But, you know what I'm saying? I think it was well deserved. Y'all woke up a giant, and he reminded everybody
who he is.
He is,
yes,
no doubt, one of the greatest to ever do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say the best, but it's arguable. He's definitely in that conversation. And this album, he did it, y'all. I mean, I don't know.
Eminem is definitely a GOAT conversation. I always say I feel like Eminem doesn't get the respect he deserves because he's white.
All right. Well, what's the moral of the story, guys?
The moral of the story is that Eminem's new album, Kamikaze, is dope.
It is dope.
Like, it's a dope album.
Listen, I drive to work. It takes me 15 minutes. I haven't had a chance to hear but 3 songs.
Revival was complete trash by Eminem standards. And it's just amazing to me that if Eminem could do this the whole time, why would he ever do Revival? So that lets me know that he had a lot of industry people in his ear. That was the management and that was the label saying, hey, make this kind of record, make this kind of record, make this kind of album, instead of doing the art he actually wanted to do, which I think is more Kamikaze than Revival.
I don't know if label people ever speak directly to Eminem.
I don't think they do either. He does what he wants to do.
Guess what? If he did what he wanted to do, then the Revival was super trash. And I can't stand woke Eminem. But Slim Shady Eminem, I'm here for it.
All right. Well, when we come back, we got the rumors, Yee?
Yes, let's talk about Lloyd. He was on Lip Service, and he talks about a lot of things, including being in love with 3 women at once and having to choose one of them.
All right. We'll get into all that when we come back. Keep it locked. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Let's get to the rumors. Let's talk Lloyd.
This is The Rumor Report with Angela Yee. On The Breakfast Club.
So listen up.
So Lloyd already had his first son, River, and now he announced that he is having his second son any day now with his girlfriend, the same woman. Now, he did come on lip service, and he revealed to us that at one point he was dating and in love with 3 different women at the same time before he ended up with one, and she was one of the 3. Check it out.
And then it was like, you know what? How dare me write off this person who actually loves me, and my girl loved me. It would be such a tragedy for me to write this off. So what I did was I just committed myself, and that's just kind of where I'm at with it.
Was there something that like happened specifically that made you say, okay, now I'm going to be committed?
Yep. I got caught.
Well, that's usually it. That's usually it.
But that's not why. No. Let me tell you.
Was she one of the 3 though? Was she one of the 3? Okay,
yes,
just making sure.
Absolutely.
Right. You think you could really be in love with 3 people at once?
No. Impossible.
You could think you're in love, but no.
Yeah, you might be in love. You might be in lust. You might really like one of them, but love is something different, man.
Well, you should listen. It's a really interesting story as he talks about how he narrowed and broke everything down and ended up with his girlfriend who he's still with now.
I don't even think that you know if you really love somebody till you have kids with them. Because when you have kids with a person, if you love that individual the way you love those kids, that's real love. Because kids show you unconditional love for real, for real. Like when you have a child, Envy know, when you have a child, the love you have for that child is different than anything you'll ever feel or experience. So if you feel that for your significant other, that's love.
But there's couples who don't have kids and never will, and they can still be in love with each other.
Maybe,
that doesn't mean that they don't have real love.
They don't. Maybe I didn't say real. I said it's a different level of love. Like love is that unconditional, like really do anything for you, can't live without you, feel like your heart is outside your body. You get that when you get kids.
All right, now, speaking of which, Wiz Khalifa is talking about his son, Bash. Now, it was Bash's first day of kindergarten, and he posted first day of kindergarten, rode the bus and everything. He posted a picture with his son, and people were kind of going in on him for letting Bash ride the school bus. Hello, he's going to school. That's what kids do. They actually have a lot of fun.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
On the bus. That's part of the whole experience. So here's what Wiz had to say about that.
All y'all people are asking why I would let my son ride the bus because I'm rich. Being rich don't got nothing to do with a child's experiences. He said he wanted to ride the bus with his friends. So let kids do what they want to do.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. My kids rode the school bus.
Well, you got to look at it like this. Everybody's looking at Wiz and they think Wiz is rich. So they think all rich people's kids take car services to school every morning. Or take a helicopter.
Listen, kids love to be on the bus and be with the other kids, and it's a fun ride. That's part of that's the most fun part, getting on that bus.
I mean, I understand, but when your daddy's Wiz Khalifa, they think, meaning that these stupid people on social media, that you're getting taken to school in a Rolls Royce Phantom every morning.
No. I mean, that's the reason why he works so hard, because he lives in zip codes that are very expensive, and they have good schools.
They have red wine on the school bus.
For 5-year-olds?
No, they don't.
Okay,
No, they don't.
The school bus look like LeBron James barbershop, all right?
No,
It's
they
red
don't.
wine being served in caviar and that tax bracket.
All right, now Queen Radio is still going, and Tyga called in and spoke to Nicki Minaj, and they talked about Kylie Jenner and how Tyga was very influential in Kylie's whole style. Here's what he had to say.
Do you miss Kylie?
Nah, I'm good.
Do you feel like you helped at all in putting Kyle's on the mid-app?
Big facts. No cap. Everybody know that. That's public. If you got to look at the before and after, you know what I'm saying? She always had a platform, and she was always destined to be what she was going to be regardless. But when I stepped in and there was a lot of codes being taught, it was like, you can do this. You should start this. You should start doing your hair like this. Or you should do this. You should adapt, because you need black people to with you, because you need culture. If you ain't got black people behind you, you ain't got nothing.
Well, he's the one that told her she needed to have that black audience, so
Tyga's taking responsibility for Kylie getting some of the black audience?
I doubt it.
I guess a lot of her style and the stuff that she's been doing with the makeup.
How about this? How about Kim Kardashian?
Exactly. Kim been in the black world. Kim was on the front of King magazine, bro.
Kim was with Ray J.
King was with Ray J. Kim was with Kanye. Yeah. Khloe was with black basketball players. Like, no, that family has been entrenched in black culture. Sorry, Tyga.
All right. Well, I'm Angela Yee, and that is your Rumor Report.
All right. Thank you, Miss Yee. Now, shout out to Revolt. We'll see you guys after vacation. Everybody else, the People's Choice Mix is up next. Get your request in right now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.